Okay, students, good morning. So the students who are in the online, please confirm that. Am I audible for everybody? So now we will go for continuation part of our last session. So we are in the discussion part of which one we are in the under discussion? Come on. So last session, if we come to the functions here, inside of that, we went for list comprehension kind of concept. Okay. So inside of that, we went for list comprehension kind of concept explain. So separately, I was explained about this, and I just posted the concept also. And this is a list comprehension methodology, and we followed that. Okay. So moreover, now I would like to move further to the functions once again. So go to the functions concept again. So inside of these functions, what we started with. So last time we have taken different type of things, and we have seen number of approaches, passing list as a parameter and performed some different operations, sorting the elements, sorting the names, passing list as a formal parameter, all those things. Now it is the time to see in today's class. If I just open my index, observe it, purpose of functions we have seen, definition of functions, advantages of functions, parts of functions, phases, syntax for defining functions, and approaches, and then some examples on that area. Now we are entering into parameters and arguments we are going to enter. Now we are entering into parameters and arguments we are going to discuss. Okay, it's an important topic. There we are going to discuss about what are parameters, what are arguments I want to take up. Okay, right. So look into that here, parameters and then arguments. Two words are going to come in front of you. There is a slight difference between parameters and arguments in the class. There is a slight difference between parameters and arguments, and you are already aware of it. The moment when you come across the word called parameters, what is your immediate understanding? Tell me. The moment when I use the word called parameters, what is your understanding? No. I'm waiting for it. Parameters means what is your understanding? Kumar Babu. Perfect. Formal. Parameters are nothing but formal parameters. Also called as local parameters. That was already explained in the class. Formal parameters are nothing but used in function heading. Used for holding the inputs coming from the function call. This I was already explained in the class. So I need not to repeat daily. And the parameters I can use inside the function body also. Inside the function body also I can use it. That are called what? Local parameters or local variables we can call. So I am going to say parameters are classified into two types. They are first one is called what? Formal parameters. Second one is called what? Formal parameters, and next is called what? Local parameters. Local parameters also called as what? Variables. Local parameters are local variables we can call. So what are the formal parameters? Where we use them? What is the purpose of it? What is the local parameters and what is the local variables where we use it? Already we have done in the class. Formal parameters are those which are used in, which are used in where? Function heading, and they are used for They are used for storing the inputs, which are coming from which are coming from where? Which are coming from function calls. Beautiful. So where we used it and what is the purpose of it? We are inside of it. Formal parameters are those which are used in function heading, and they are used for storing the inputs coming from the function call. That is about formal parameters importance. Next, we are entering into local parameters or local variables. I would like to mention that also. Are those which are used in where? Which are used in function body. Already we used it, function body, and they are used for storing which results? Temporary results. Okay, these are there in the both local variables, and then formal parameters are there in the function definition. In simple word, I can say hence I can say this word, both formal parameters and what? Local parameters or variables are available in the context of where? Function definition. Am I correct? In the function definition. Okay, perfect. For both formal parameters and local parameters are available in the context of function definition. That is done. Next point, when I come back, about arguments, you can take it. So I will take it. If you want certain example, I can give you here itself. What is an example here you see? For example, you see here I am writing DEF, display of A comma B comma C, A comma B comma C, or I can say compute of A comma B comma C. Now I am writing there. What I am writing there? D is equal to A plus B star C. A plus B star C. And I can say print of A, B, C, D. Some statements I am writing. Some statements I will write it. Some statements I am writing. What is this here? Tell me. Here, A, B, C, A, comma, B, comma, what? C. Are called what? Formal parameters. Try to respond formal parameters. And here D is called what? Here D is called local parameter, also called as local variable, which is holding what result? Temporary result. So A plus B star C I am computing and I kept into D. So D is called which variable? Local variable. And A, B, C are called which parameters? Formal parameters. Very good. Then what is arguments? What are the arguments? Very simple. See students, I am going to write it. Now look at that. I am going to say this is called what definition here? This is comes under what? Function definition or not? This part is comes under what? Function definition. Suppose when I come to main program, you look at students, main program, I am seeing x is equal to 10, y is equal to some 20, some z is equal to 30. I am passing compute x comma y comma z. X comma y comma z. What is x, y, z? What is x, y, z? Are the variables used in which place? Function call. X value going to where? A. Y value going to where? B, and Z value going to where? C, and A plus B, A, B, C contains the values of X, Y, Z. Ultimately, these X, Y, Z are called what? Arguments. Arguments. A, B, C are called what? Formal parameters. C is called, D is called what? What is the arguments? Arguments are those which are used inside of where? Function call. Arguments are those which are used in where? Function call. If I come back to this example, student, as an example, I will mention it. Example, I will mention it. This part I will mention here, students. Arguments are the one which are used in the function call. Okay, now I am writing arguments are those which are used in where? Function call. Which are used in where? Function call. Right? That may be in the form of variables, that may be in the form of values, whatever it is. And they may be in the form of, and they may be in the form of variables or what? Values. Values. Already you know, or what? Values. X, Y, Z are the variables used in the main program. I am passing this as X, Y, Z. Here X, Y, Z are called what? Here X and comma Y and comma Z are called what? Arguments. Arguments we can call. Understanding, students? Right. You can say one more way. Compute. You can pass 100, 200, 300 also you can pass. 100, 200, 300 are called what? Values we can call. Values they are called. These values are passing to whom? ABC. 100, 200, 300 are called what again? Arguments values we can call. So either it may be in the form of variables or in the form of values. So here also called as arguments values we can call. Variables are internally containing what? 10, 20, 30 only. So here I can write it one more word. Here 100, 200 and 300 are called what? Argument values. Argument values. That's it. So what is the relation between these two things, sir? What is the relation between these two things? What is the relation? Can anybody can say the relation, ma? Can anybody can say the relation? Tell me quickly. All these X, Y, Z. X value going to where? A. Y value going to where? B. And C. Z value going to where? C. A, B, C. And this X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z values are going to where? Formal parameters. Argument values are going to where? Formal parameters. What is the relation? What is the relation here? Come on quickly. What is the relation? Quickly. All types of argument values are going to where? Formal parameters. All values of arguments are passing to whom? That is the relation. What is the relation between parameters and arguments? Arguments values are passing to whom? Parameters. I am writing. Hence, the relation between, see that, the relation between arguments and parameters. Arguments and formal parameters. Formal parameters is that all values of which parameters? Arguments. All values of arguments. Sometimes these arguments are also called as actual arguments. Some people can call. Which arguments? Actual arguments we can call. All values of arguments. All values of arguments are also called as what? Actual arguments we can call. Are you following? All values of arguments are passing to what? Formal parameters. formal parameters. I am going to talk about it. Formal parameters. I hope you are understanding what I am talking. All values of arguments are passing to formal parameters. Clear or not clear? Right. Now I am going to give you the clear. Now I am going to the point called how many types of arguments you can pass it. I am going to explain arguments to formal parameters. How many ways are there to pass it? How many ways are there to pass it? Generally, what is everybody is learning, everybody understand, X, Y, Z are passing to, that is what we know so far. But actually there is a lot of mechanisms are there. Arguments are passing to whom? Parameters in different way. In different way you can pass it. That is called arguments passing mechanism, I want to say. Or types of arguments we can call. Shall we go now? Now you see, I'm going to give you the clarity on this area. Types of parameters and arguments. First of all, did you understand the parameters and arguments? Did you understand the relation between parameters and arguments? Arguments will become parameters, or parameters will become arguments? Arguments will become, sometimes parameters also going to become arguments. I am going to explain, because I am not going to say this is completed. I want to complete this in a different practical approach. So now I am going to explain types of arguments or parameters. I want to explain. Arguments means what? Variables used in the function call. Parameters means what? Variables used in the function heading. That only people knows, but I want to go to in depth of it. Right? In interview point of view, compulsory question this is. What is my next topic? Types of arguments and parameters. How many mechanisms are there? I want to go for it. So before going to that, now I want to go for it something like this. I want to take one small example. Parameters and arguments example. I just want to say. Now here I am going to say DEF parameter arguments args dot py. So DEF, as I told you here, compute a comma b comma c. I said D is equal to a plus b star c, a plus b star c, a plus b star c. Now I will print it. What is this I am doing? You see, students, backslash t, I am going to say plus, I am going to say star. Now I am going to say is equal to, like this, format of what is this? A comma b comma c comma d. Are you able to understand? Yes. Now you try to come to the main program. Students. Now I will say x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, some z is equal to 30. Now you say compute is my function x comma y comma z. Once you call this, it is going to where function call. X value passing to A and y value passing to B and z value passing to C. This is the default mechanism you followed in every programming language. Okay, let us save this code. And this is not a new for you. It is very, very easy for you to understand. Parameter arguments example 1. Okay, right. Close this. Now, coming to the command prompt, students. Now you see E colon. So I'm seeing that caviar, Python, 9 AM, CD functions here. Now observe it. Py. I say I'll put it parameters arguments dot py. See that output is coming 20 plus 3 into 30. First bud mouse rule. First what is multiplied? M is multiplied, multiplication, and then added. Now If I run the same program again and again, same answer will be coming. If at all you want to pass dynamically, one can pass the dynamically like this. Int of, what is this now? Input of, enter first value. Enter which value? First value. Just I am giving dynamism here. Okay, sir. Next I will take it. Second value also I will take it. Second value also I will take it. Enter second value. Enter second value. Next is called what? Int of, enter third value. Enter third value. Dynamically I am accepting the data. Execute it. Now I will say some 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 is equal to. Now I will say something like 315 and then some 23. I got this result. Now I will say something like 3 minus 4 and then minus 5. I got this result. Are you able to follow? Minus 4 minus 5 minus 20, minus into minus plus 20 plus 3. Able to understand? Say something like 3, 4 and then minus 5. It is going to be called what? Like this. So the main thing is x value passed to A, y value passed to B, and z value passed to C. What is this called? Arguments passing to parameters. How many arguments are there for us? How many varieties of arguments are there? That is our topic we are going to discuss. Shall we start? Yes. What is our topic name? Students who are in the online, is it clear? Is this code is clear? And this concept I am explaining is an important for me. Okay. Now I am going to talk about, I am going to give you the clarity on next topic discussion here is, I am talking here types of arguments and what? Parameters. Types of arguments and parameters. Now I am going to discuss about this. So here I am going to say types of arguments and parameters I can say. So based on, come on now, based on passing values of, you will understand this title after discussing one or two mechanisms. Based on passing arguments values to what? Parameters. Based on passing the arguments values to the parameters. The arguments are classified into, into five types or four types, we will see. 5 types. Number 1, positional, see students, positional arguments. First one, what is the meaning of it? I will explain. Second one is called what, you know? Default arguments. They are also called, in other words, parameters also we can call it as. Somebody else also will call it as what? Parameters. We will explain what is the meaning of arguments and parameters and when do you call. And the third one is called what, you know, guys? Keyword arguments parameters. I will explain. Fourth is called what, you know? Variable length. Next one is called what, you know? Variable length arguments or parameters. Fifth one is called what? Keyword. Next one is called what? Keyword. Variable length arguments. Keyword. Variable length arguments. 1 minute, ma. Keyword. Variable length arguments. This is the fifth mechanism we can say. Two things are there. Positional arguments, default arguments, keyword arguments. Next is called variable length arguments. Keyword variable length arguments. Now, these many things, compulsory question in interview point of view. Let me go to the first one is positional argument. What is this called? The way which I am passing the data from function call to function definition. How many ways I can pass it? I can say this is only called arguments passing mechanism. This is XYZ passing to ABC is called mechanism of arguments, I can say. But we want to go for discussing in detail because this is how much important in the programming. We cannot imagine this. That's why first I will go for what? Positional arguments based on passing the argument values to whom? Parameters. The arguments are classified into how many types? So first one I will go for what? Yes. Let us go to the positional arguments here. Positional arguments I am going to enter. First one I am going to discuss. Positional arguments I am going to discuss. Very, very simple, students. Look at this. Positional arguments are parameters I am going to discuss. Very, very simple. Easy also. Okay. Now see, I am going to discuss positional arguments are parameters. I am going to say. What is that? Each mechanism will have certain type of theme is there. Certain type of concept is given. One line or two lines formula is given. So let us go to the meaning of this concept. Before going to write this concept, I would like to show you first an example. See, this is an example of one simplest example of which mechanism? Positional argument. What is the meaning of position? Can anybody can say? What is the meaning of position? First positioned X value passing to the first positioned formal parameter. Second positioned Y value passing to the second position formal parameter B. Third positioned actual argument Z is passing to the third positioned formal parameter. That is a 1:1 mechanism of passing is called positional parameter. By default, which mechanism will be followed? Positional. Let me take one example. After a few minutes, I will open the example, students. Please look at that. I will take an example. All of you should follow. Because all these mechanisms are easy and one line answer will be there for that. So, positional parameter example 1.py. Example 1.py. Now I am passing, you see, main program I will take it. Main program I am going to take. Main program. I will take DEF, display student info. Display student info. What I am passing there? STNO, STNO, comma, name, comma, marks. This is the one I am passing it. What is an order? What is an order? Number, name, marks. Now you just see, students, I am printing that as what you know. I am printing that what you know. I am saying \t. I am just saying \t, and I am saying like this \t. I am just saying that format of STNO, comma, next is called name, comma, what? Marks. Just follow. Very simplest example I am going to take it. What I am doing now? Display student info I am passing. How I am passing the data? Just look at 10. Now I am going to enter into RS. Now I am saying 33.33. What are these called? Just now I said arguments values. Where 10 is passing to? STNO. Name is passing to whom? Name. And 33.33 passing to whom? Right? That means here how many arguments are there for you? 3. How many formal parameters are there? What is that formula? Positional argument formula, that is. Positional arguments mechanism says number of actual arguments is equal to number of formal parameters. That is by default we are following that. Am I correct? So let us go to, on the top of it I am writing one small thing. What is that? You know, STNO. Next is called what you know? T. Next I am taking name, and next I am taking what you know? Marks I am taking. Next I am taking there this type of information of some 50. and I'm writing like this. Now just to try to follow this and try to run this. It is by default, positional arguments concept is following here. Execute this, not a big deal. Now you see number, name and marks. Now you see here, how many arguments are there? 3 arguments are there. How many parameters we have? 3. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. And while we are passing, you must ensure, recommended to ensure order of consistency, order of values also. Number to number, name to name, marks to marks. For example, somebody else is passing like this. What is that they are passing? They are passing Dennis Ritchie. They are passing something like 23, something like this they are passing. Just imagine that what is happening. Data is passing, no doubt in that. Data is passing. People felt that what? STNO, DR is printed. Is it recommended? Positional arguments only. How many values you are passing here? 3. How many formal parameters? 3 matching. But what is losing here? What is losing here? Accuracy. Correctness of the data is lost. Under student number, what is printing? Under name, what is printing? Is it not called order of accuracy mismatched or not? What is the positional argument says? While we are using positional arguments, you have to ensure that number of arguments must be equal to number of formal parameters, and also recommended to maintain order of positional parameters. Number to number, name to name, marks to marks, CNAME to CNAME, like that. If it is passing in a cross format, it is passing in a wrong positional parameters, you will get what? You will get what? Accuracy mismatching, you will get it. Malesh, very good. Accuracy mismatching will take place. Data mismatching, data inconsistency will be coming. So, yes, Ram Kumar, very good. Data quality issues will come. That's why the positional arguments says that always you must ensure that order of the parameters is one thing, plus you must see the consistency of the data also. Let us pass this now. Maintaining the order. Next, I'm going to take up one more kind of value. Just listen, I'm going to give you the clarity after some time. TR, something like I'm going to say something like this. Now I'm going to maintain order of parameters, accuracy, everything is done. This is by default. If you are a C programmer, we follow like this only. C++ programming, we follow like this only. Java programming, Python programming, in every programming language, positional arguments concept is compulsory. Are you understanding? Now, let us go to the same example. I would like to show you like this. That is the next discussion. It is an input for you. You go on listening so that you can helpful to me. Formal parameter example 2, comma, CRS I am taking, CRS, course I am taking, comma, CRS I am taking. Here also I will use \t, like this. Now, Rosami is doing, for example, Python. Observe it students. Some specialty you have to observe. He is also doing Python. Like that, he is also doing Python. Observe it. How many formal arguments you have? Come on, need to answer me. How many formal parameters? 4. How many arguments you are passing? Very good. Now look at that. 4 values are passing to. First one is first one, second to second, third to third, fourth to fourth. We are getting. Example 2. Yes. So here I say, what is this now? Course \t. So here I am getting, okay, not printed. Yes, ma. Yeah. So I will go for this type of discussion. See students, I'm getting Python. Okay, this is 100% understandable. Now, if I look at carefully, positional parameter says that what? Number of arguments in the function call must be equal to the number of formal parameter. That is number one. Plus, we must maintain order of consistency. That means accuracy to be maintained. Are you following? What is the syntax you followed here? What is the syntax you are following? See that syntax is what here? Observe it. What is the syntax? DEF. What is this now? Function name of what? Param1, param1, comma, param2, so on, param n. I say this block of statements we will write it. This block of statements we will write it. Block of statements we will write it. This is called what? Function definition. Next, function call is there. Function call. What is the function call here? Function name. Function name of what? arg1, arg2, so on what? argn, argn. What is the concept here? Tell me. Here, arg1, comma, arg2, so on, argn, values, arg1 values are passing to whom? Passing to whom? Param1, comma, param2, so on, param2, so on, param-n, respectively. Respectively means what? 1:1. Argument 1 passing to param1, argument 2 passing to whom? Param-n, respectively. Okay, students? Respectively. And finally, I am going to say the default parameter mechanism concept is what? Positional parameters. And not only that, order of consistency to be maintained. Shall I show you this? Just for a minute, instead of typing that entire story, I would like to show you one small thing. Rather than making you to do that, I will just want to take up this in the class. See students, your senior batch, which I taught to them, I'll just show you that concept. Just for a minute you watch it, instead of typing by myself. All of you must follow me. The concept of what? Positional parameters or arguments says that the number of arguments, nothing but what? Actual parameters or actual arguments. You can say must be equal to the number of, yes, the number of arguments must be equal to number of formal parameters. I need not write once again. Number of arguments of function call. Number of arguments of function call must be equal to number of formal parameters in function definition. That is the first thing. This parameter mechanism also recommends order of parameters for what purpose? Higher accuracy. And in Python programming environment follows by default which mechanism? Positional parameters are what? Arguments. Positional parameters are arguments. By default it follows that only. By default it follows that only. So I'm going to say that by default follows that only. What is the syntax? DEF, function name, parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter n. Function call, function name of argument 1, argument 2, argument n. Come on, here the values of argument 1, argument 2, argument n are passing to whom? Param 1, param 2, param n respectively. Did you understand this? What I shown you, the same thing I am going to show you here also. Is it okay? Fine. So this is a simple mechanism is done and there is nothing is difficult. All 4 values are passing to 4 formal parameters. Previously also, all 3 values are passing to 3 formal parameters. Well and good. Order is maintained, order of consistency maintained, order of formal parameters maintained, number of formal parameters equal to number of arguments maintained, everything is done. Even previously this one also, XYZ, 3 arguments, 3 formal parameters. That is why I said Python programming environment by default follows which one? Positional arguments concept by default. Right. Shravani, what error we will get if we don't maintain order? I did not say that any order, if you don't maintain, error will come. Shravani, you should remember my example, ma. If I don't maintain the order, you will not get any error. So the outside people will feel that they don't know they will feel that SR, Shravani here. So something like, like this I passed it. It is called what I am passing here. SR I am passing here, comma, I am passing here, 40 I am passing. Now see the error. I did not say that it is an error. What happens? Save this code. I think formal parameter, example 1. Yeah, formal parameter, example 1. I need to pass. I told already in the class, need to listen the class carefully. Shravani, you see, ma? Yes, sir. Under what? Student number. Under student number, I got the name. What end user will feel it? They don't know how to maintain the accuracy. So number should come here, name should come here. No error will come. It is a human error. It is called a human error. Python engine, Python PVM don't know name, number, etc. Whatever the order you are passing, in the same order it will maintain. Shravani, I hope you are understanding, ma. So I'm going to give you the clarity on 40, comma what? Yes, sir. I'm passing. Did you understand, Shravani? Yes, see, ma. Now I'm getting the answer like this. So Shravani, I hope you understand me. Okay, right. Go back to this point. Next, coming to the parameter example 2. Observe it. What is your understanding here? I hope that display student info. How many arguments you have? Quickly. 4. How many formal parameters? That means what PVM is doing? Come on, what PVM is doing when it comes to line number 10? 4 values are transferring to where? First to first, second to second, third to third, and fourth to fourth. Right? Correct order of arguments. You passed it. Very good. And how many times you passed here? Your PVM is passing how many values? 4. Yes or no? Second time also how many times? 4. Third time also how many times? You see, for these function calls, student info, numbers are different. Okay, you pass them one by one separately. Name is different. Pass them separately. Marks is different. Pass them separately. But all these students are learning which course? How many times I have to pass it? Come on. One time is enough. So you pass 3 times into 3 values. 3 times into 3 values you pass it. But pass Python how many times? Don't pass Python 3 times because it is the same value. So 9 plus 1, it is going to be what? 10 times. Is it not reducing some number of times? Understand? Suppose you applicable for what? 100 students learning what course? Python. So 100 times need to send 100 times into 4 times. Is it not called a 400 times? Is it not waste of time? What I will do? 100 times 3 values you send it, plus 1 time only you send what? Python. That is called what? 100 into 3, 300, plus what? 1, which is equal to what? 301. How many times it is reduced? 99 times arguments mechanism reduced. Did you understand? To do the second approach, I must go for the next mechanism called what? Default arguments. I can go for it. Which arguments? Yes. What is the default argument here? If you look at like that, I can't do anything else. Python is a default argument. Argument means what? I am shouting like anything. You are seeing so differently. What is an argument there? Python. Arguments are nothing but used in function call. What is the default argument for all the function calls? How many times you pass it? One time you pass it. How to do it? That is the next mechanism is called default parameters. So see, try to understand quickly. Don't take much time on it. Default arguments are positional parameters. What is the concept? 1 to 1, 1 to 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. With what? Higher order of accuracy. What is the next? Why I am going for next? In positional parameters, same value I am using for multiple function calls. Observe this. This example you observe. How many students I am having? Let us take. Here I am taking. I am taking some 40. Something like I am using KV. Something like 63. I am using something like WR. This is 50. Something like 93.93, and this is called 83, and this is called something like a PR. Like this I am having. All these students are learning which course? Which course they are learning? Python. How many function calls I have? 6 times. Same function call. Passing what values? Arguments I am passing. You observe your arguments. If you are an intelligent student, you will observe. Number is changing, name is changing, marks is changing. But what remains same? Course remains same. Is it not waste of time to send every time? Whenever a function is calling, arguments are passing to the formal parameters. Is it not waste of time of passing the same 4 values for number of times? I want to minimize my transferring time. Just execute this code once, execute this code and see that, parameter 2, parameter example 2. See that Python. Internally, PVM takes lot of time to transfer the same value for 6 times. 6 times, no. I want to pass only 1 time. Rest of the 5 times, I don't want to pass the same value again and again. Understanding this? To pass the same value for multiple function calls, don't go for which concept? Positional parameter. Go for what? Yes, so come on to the point back. Go and understand there. Go and understand there. Now, Ajay Kumar, I am passing. Need to listen. Need to listen. I already told you, need to listen me. You need to follow. Right. How to pass 1 time? I am going to introduce that. Okay. 1 time question mark is enough. If you say 100 question marks also, answer will be 1 only. I think you are something different student, I hope, compared to everybody. Okay, don't waste your time of typing multiple question marks. Try to, I hope you are looking different. Take care by yourself. Okay, take care. I am saying once again to you, take care. Okay, now, what is the concept once again? When positional next time, only 1 question mark if you have any doubt. Multiple question marks, multiple answers will not be given, only 1 answer. Take care by yourself. Now, here, number is changing, pass multiple times. Name is changing, pass multiple times. Marks is changing, pass multiple times. Course is what? Same thing, pass how many times? That's why we are supposed to go to where? Default parameters. How to go about it? That is my next concept. That is my next concept. So, coming to this place, right? Now, I'm going to this place. See, this is called a default parameter. Default parameter. Very, very simple. Default. parameter example 1.py. Example 1.py. Here, number is going to change. Okay. Name is going to change. Okay. Marks is going to change, but course remains. So in the heading, I am writing Python directly. In the heading directly, I am writing Python. What is this concept called? Default arguments concept. That time, I need not to write what? Python need not to write it. Python need not to write it. So take care by yourself. I think you are understanding me. So you see that this is called what? How many times you are passing? One time. See that what is the theme of this? For a family of function calls, for a family of similar function calls, for a family of similar function calls, if there is a common value is called what? Python. That type of common value must be taken as what? Default argument or default parameter. You take it. Parameter means where? Function heading. Are you following? Yeah. Now you execute it. Now you execute it. Internally, lot of performance is gaining. Lot of performance is gaining. Coming to the point of it. Default parameter example 1. How many times Python is passed? One time. How many times specific values are passing? Multiple times. In this concept, which mechanisms are involving? First to first, second to second, third to third, and one extra parameter common value is there or not? In this concept, how many things are there? Two things are there. Positional parameter is there, default parameter is there. Are you following? Yes, Mr. Ajay Kumar, are you there now? For your 6 to 7 question marks, your answer came. Santosh, very good. Mr. Ajay Kumar, are you okay? Yeah, take care by yourself. I'm just saying to you because previously also you raised it like that. Multiple question marks. Even I typed multiple question marks for you. Now I am saying that strictly follow the concept what I am explaining because all students are important. Everybody have to convince it. Don't take your own route and don't go your own direction. Follow the teacher guidelines strictly, especially in my class. This is my humble request for you. Come on to the point. Are you getting me? Yes. Come on to the point once again. First to first, second to second, third to third. And this is called what? Common value for all these things. Now you may get a doubt. Sir, there is one student called what? 70, whose name is something like Santosh. He want to learn Java. 93. He want to learn Java. Okay, sir, you pass happily what? Java. No problem. Because he is learning new course. New course means what? Come on, start. Come on, all of you. 70 is passing to whom? Number. Name is passing to whom? S name. Marks is passing to whom? For that function call, Python is replaced with what? Yeah. Observe it. Default parameter is replaced with argument value. That's why it is called what? A default argument come parameter. Did you understand? Yeah. So important, student. So important. Go. Now execute. Default parameter example 1. Last one, Java is there or not? There is another student. Is another student. Now I am taking here. There is another student called 80. So Ajay is there. So he is learning. So something like he is learning Python only. I am not passing once again the value. That time what is the default value? Python only. For that function call, CRS is what? Python. For this one, Java. For this second one again, Python only. Execute it. It is very great mechanism. Are you understanding? Fine. Assume that all of them are living in which city? Hyderabad only. For example, see students, okay, this is one. One more thing I will say, all these students are living in Hyderabad only. Hyderabad only. Will you pass Hyderabad, Hyderabad, Hyderabad all the times? For 1 crore people, I don't want to write HYD, HYD, HYD. I will write how many times? One time. Okay, student, go to once again. They are learning Python course. Plus they are learning what? City is equal to, what is this ma? HYD. Why I am taking default parameter? Because it is a common value. Yes or no? Common value. Now I am learning. This is a common value. Let us go. Yes, ma. Ramaraju, you can take one more time Java, no problem. So Ramaraju want to learn. This is called some 80. Is called 80. Sees Ramaraju. So RR, right? So something like 33, and again Java. Here you see student. I will talk about it, ma. Malesh, I am coming, ma, one by one. One by one I will clarify. Okay, don't worry. City also I will print it, ma. Once let me write it. \t. City also I will print it. Comma. What I am writing? City. Here I am writing here city. Everything is okay. City. Execute it. See, what is this now? Default parameter example 2 not py. City is Hyderabad printed. Did you understand? So Ramaraju, I just carried as it is Java as Java. So Satyam. So yes, I called it. Is it understandable, Ramaraju? Okay. Clear? So what do you understand with this? Suppose you are going to, somebody else, so who is that? Somebody else is going to be doing what? He is learning something like a Django, DJ, and he is living in where? Bangalore. I can pass it like that. Who is this? Another person, Kumar Babu. Kumar Babu is learning something like, 30, 35 is an answer. 35 is a roll number. Kumar Babu is learning this answer like this. You see, he is living in Bangalore. Are you able to follow? Right. So, like this you can pass him on. If 10 learn Python, 12 learn Java, and 5 learn Django. So it is up to you how do you pass it. Because I am going to carry positional parameters I am carrying plus which mechanism I am carrying. Yes. Understand, my dear students, where I am using default parameters. Please look at that. Where I am using default parameters in the function heading. Last part I am using. Where I am using? Not in the beginning, not in the middle. Where I am using? Last. Here also you see last part only. This is the rule. What is the rule? First you need to use which parameters? Positional parameters. Later follows what? Yeah. Why positional parameters first? Because it is a default mechanism. Default mechanism first. Later what? First default mechanism. Later what concept? First positional. Next what? Default. Clear? And you will get one doubt. Sir, he is living in Bangalore but want to learn Python. Are you getting? He is living in Bangalore but want to learn what? Python only. That time how do you pass it? Next concept I will introduce. First are up to here, okay? So the concept is once again I am repeating. If for a family of similar function call, if the value is common, such a type of common value must be taken as what? Default parameter. Not recommended to take it as a positional parameter like that. Not recommended to take it as a positional parameter like that. If at all I take positional parameter, internally unnecessary transferring is going on. Did you understand? So to overcome this network round trips are just PVM round trips between function call, function definition, function call, function definition. To overcome that type of thing, CRS is equal to Python define how many times? One time, which is a common for all these family of similar calls. Whenever there is a different, default parameters are replaced with what? Argument values which you are passing. Did you understand? As shall I show you that concept now? What is the rule also? First, what you need to write? Positional parameters. Later, what you need to write? Yes. Are you okay, students? Fine, students. Look at that. One more example. Small example I want to show you, students. Small example I want to show you. Very small example I will show you. Look at. Now I am writing. Understand, my dear students. Now I am writing. Display default parameter example 3. What is that now? DEF display of A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. What are my values? Come on, fast. What is this now? I say plus I say plus I say is equal to dot format of, come on, students, A comma B comma C, A comma B comma C, A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C. Okay, now I am asking main program. See how easy this is. Now this is the small question these days in one written test. Display. What is an output they are asking? Display. Am I passing any arguments here, ma? No. No. That means this only getting executed. Default parameter means what? You may pass the value, you may not pass the value. Execute it first. Here I am going to write it. Here I am going to write it. Pass it. Default parameter example 3. Execute it. Py. Default parameter example 3. 10 plus 20 plus 30 is equal to 60. Passing the value for default parameter is optional or mandatory? Optional. But for positional parameter it is mandatory to pass. Did you understand? Okay, students. Come on to that. I will say next I am going to answer it. Display of 10, 100 I am passing. 100 I am passing. See, students, 100. 100 is going to where? How many arguments I am passing? 1. 1 means where it is going? A. What is the B value, C value? 20, 30. What is 20, 30 that time? Default. What is the A value? 100. What is the answer? 100 plus 20 plus 30. Did you understand? Students who are in the online, are you following? Students who are in the online, are you following? Ajay, my dear favorite student, Ajay, are you following? Ajay. Right. Okay, ma'am. Follow. Daily. Whenever I ask you, please respond. Yes. Py, see that. 100 plus 20 plus 30. What is that? 150. See, students, next. One more time. Display 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. 1 is passing to whom? 2 is passing to whom? What is the value of C? 30. Which one is the default that time? C is the default. A, B contains what? 1, 2. Positional parameters. Okay. Very easy, students. Execute ma. 1 plus 2 plus 30. Understand? Okay. Next I am writing display 1 comma 2 comma 3. 1 comma 2 comma 3. Total ABC values are replaced with 1, 2, 3. Simple ma. Execute it. See that 1 plus 2 plus 3. Is it understandable? Yes. Now, you see, my dear students. Here I am writing. You see, my dear student. Here I am writing one small x. I am writing x. What is x? Positional parameter. How can I recognize it is the positional? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. It is called what? A default. X is a parameter which doesn't place any value. It is called what? See that error? Error you see? Error. I told already. What is that error? Please read. Non-default argument follows, where is that cap symbol? You see X. What is X? It is a non-default argument, means what? Positional. 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 Need to be careful. Morning, beginning. You came with sleeping only. Yeah, am I correct? Yes, take care. So X is called what? Positional. Where I am using after default. It is a wrong placing, wrong placement. Which one I have to place first? Positional. Later. That's why always first what? Positional. Later. But here, first default I used it. Later. That's why error. Which error? Non-default argument follows and X follows these things. Not default arguments follows positional. Understand this, ma? Yes, go to that. It is called a wrong placement. If at all you are interested, I can write what? X comma, I can write it. I hope you are understanding. That coverage I did already in this place. That coverage already I did here. CRS is equal to I did that. One more example I did. First positional, later I used what? Right. Here I covered completely default. It is calling zero argument method, single argument method, double argument method, triple argument method also it is called. Because it is, if I don't pass the argument value, default will be taken. If you pass the value, default argument replaced with argument values. Are you understanding? Did you understand first of all why I am going for default arguments? Main theme is for a similar function call, whenever you are passing the same value, that time we must prefer to go for what? Default arguments concept. Not recommended to go for what? Positional argument. Let me go to that. What is the rule also? Always we will use default arguments after positional. Positional you need to follow. Positional first, later what? Default. Let me go to my example. Let me show you the default arguments, my dear students. That instead of typing by myself, I'm just opening because these are the formulas level. When there is a common value for family of function calls, then such a type of common values must be taken as what? Default parameter with what value? But not recommended to pass by using positional. If you pass it, what will happen? Transferring time will be more. To overcome that, we will go for what? Default. Understand? Compare once again with positional. When do you go for positional? 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. That is called specific values passing. I will go for what? Positional. Common value passing for a family of same function call. I will go for what? Default. What happens if I follow positional? Waste of time. PVM will need to visit between function call and function definition many times. That will give you more amount of transferring time unnecessarily. To minimize that, we will go for what? Default. Clarity is there? Come on, syntax please. Syntax for definition with the default parameter. Schema, param 1, param 2, param n minus 1, value 1, param n, value 2. Here, param n minus 1, param n are called what? Param 1, param 2, param 3, etc. are called what? Yes, what is the rule please? When we use default parameter in the function definition, they must be used as what? Last parameters. Otherwise, we get error. Which error? What is the syntax error you have seen? Non-default argument, that is called a positional, follows default argument. Clarity is there or not there? Clear? Not clear? Clear. Clear. And corresponding, let me speak to online students. Clear? Ajay Kumar. Today my favorite student is Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar, am I clear? Yes, sir, clear. Very good. So question marks are there still with you? Do you have any question marks with you? No. Very good. Okay. Ankit, what is your doubt, ma? Your doubt will be general doubts you will ask. What is your doubt, ma? Ankit? A Venkatesh. Very good. Okay. Ankit, what is your doubt, ma? Nani. Sir, in case of three values, we want the second one goes to default, what to do? Sir, in case of three values, we want the second one goes to default, what to do? Now, Nani, I am going to introduce the third mechanism. Third mechanism is what, ma? Look at. Third mechanism I am going to introduce, my dear student. That is keyword arguments I am going to introduce. Nani, you are going to get it. See, ma, Kumar Babu, you are getting just, you see, just see. Kumar Babu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kumar Babu, be active, ma. 7, 8, so on. Tell me what you will write. N, na? Kumar Babu, will you write N or not? Yes, sir. Before N, what is there? Before N, what is there? Ankit, you are also my favorite student, ma. You don't cry. You are also my favorite student. You are Ankit, Ajay Kumar, you are my favorite students. Kumar Babu, you answer me, ma. N minus 1. N minus 1. Kumar Babu, before N minus 2, what will be there? N minus 2. What I am taking? Sir, is Ankit is a, maybe Shohel, maybe, I hope. Is giving jobs. KVR sir is creating jobs for student of knowledge translation. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Venkatesh. Thank you, Venkatesh. Because those people are very big people. We are just normal. We are all normal. We will just learn knowledge. Okay. We will just get the Python coding. Because these people are very bigger people now. We cannot imagine them. Okay. Okay, Venkatesh. Let it be. Kumar Babu, N minus 2. So 1 to 8 positional parameters. Right. N minus 2 is equal to what I can write it? Value 1. N minus 2 is equal to what I will write it? Value 2. N is equal to what I can write it? Value 3. What is this? What is this? What these things are? What these things are called? What is that? Kumar Babu, what is these values now? You only answer it. Yes, ma Venkatesh. Correct. Correct. That is what we cannot imagine them. That's why I said default. Now you understand, Kumar Babu. This only I am saying. These are called default values. These things are what? Positional. Positional. Understand, Kumar Babu now? Kumar Babu, did you understand? Okay, no. Yes or no, you tell me. Okay, no. Understood or not? Yes, understood. Fine. Clear for all of you? Shall I move forward? Yeah, what we understand today? Positional and clarity is there. When do you go for a positional? When you want to pass specific values 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, n to n. I will go for positional. For all the same function call, there is a common value. I don't want to pass every time. I will pass how many times? That time I will go for what? Yes. Right. Default. Simple. So, online students are something like, 238 students are there. 238 students are there. Some offline students are some 50 is there. I want to pass all students number, name, marks plus course. So I don't pass 300 times course. How many times course I will pass? What is that mechanism? Yes. City, where you are learning it, city, Hyderabad for example. City also will pass how many times? So you are getting an idea of what to default and what is positional. Specific values 1 to 1 mark. Positional. Common value for similar function call. Default. Shall I move forward? Yes, sir. Go. Now. Perfect. So, go to the next. Shall I go to next? Ajay Kumar. Can I go to next? Ajay Kumar. Yes. I'm going to next. This one. Manikanta. Okay. Pranav is there. Pranav. Are you there, Pranav? Pranav, are you there? Yes. You are there. Yes, you are there. Okay. Now I'm going for next concept. Next concept I'm going for. Okay, students. Look at ma. Now, I'm going to take some information like this. What is that? My interest is, first a small example I will take it. Keyword or keyword parameter example 1.py. Display, small example, very small example. Display of A comma B comma C. A comma B comma C. Print of I say backslash T I say dot format of A comma B comma C. A comma B comma C backslash T here also, my dear students. Okay, sir. Now you see DEF main program. See, students, since you defined, this is a little critical mark to understand.
Recording in
Like
progress.
this. Next time writing like this. Now see, I am going to execute. Save this code. Right. Done. Functions. Go to this place. Try to execute. Okay, 1 minute more. I will take it. So let us save this functions here. Try to save it. Out of that, yes, see, py keyword arguments, A value, B value, C value, I got it. Okay. Now students, please think in little matured format. Since I developed it, display function, A, B, C is a parameter. Suppose you are taking the next program, some other person, he is interested to call my function. He don't know order of the parameters. He knows parameter names, but he don't know order of parameters. He don't know. You know function name. You know 3 parameters are taking, but you don't know which value, which is the first parameter. ABC. Where are you? Stand up once. Came late first of all. Keep the button. First of all, came late, ma. Came late, na? Okay. Then after that, not listening, seeing somewhere, thinking somewhere by yourself. Am I correct? Huh? Correct? No? Correct. Thinking outside or not? Where are you? Are you in Amirpet or went to Bangalore, Pune, US, Ukraine, Russia? Huh? Where are you? Thinking somewhere? Where? Secret? Secret? Top secret? Huh? Go. Ankit, you are very naughty student. No? You are very naughty student. When I'm discussing seriously, you are making me to laugh. Pooja? Where are you? Are you in Amirpet only? Thinking something? Thinking something? Not thinking something. Now tell me, what is the default arguments? Thinking somewhere? Now you are saying yes. What are you thinking? Confidential or you can say to me? Confidential. Okay. So much confidential. Secret, huh? Secret. Tell me now. Secret, huh? Okay. Sit down. Don't think about it, ma. Don't think about it. Pranav is thinking. Okay. How to get job early, sir? Okay. So job early means at what time, ma? Kumar Babu? Right. Okay. See how they are commenting. We should not think anywhere else. Python means Python only. Am I correct? Feeling anything? Feeling? Feeling or not feeling? Need to listen, ma. If you get a good subject, all secret matters will settle very early. Don't think like that. Concentrate. Now I'm going for what? I developed a function. Some three parameters are taking. I don't know order of parameters. I know function name. I know parameter names, but I don't know order of parameters. That time, how to pass the data accurately. Did you understand me? ABC is there. I know ABC. I know function name, but I don't know the order of parameters. A value always what? 10. B value always what? 20. C value always what? Suppose if I pass 30, 20, 10, 30 going to where? A. 20 going to where? 10 is going to where? All three values are wrong, na? So I know what? Function name. I know parameter names, but I don't know order of parameters. But I want to pass the data so accurately. That time I will go for what? Keyword arguments. Sir, how to pass it, sir? Go to that. How simple it is. Go there. How easy. Now I am going to pass it. See, now I am passing, for example, display of 30, 20, 10. You are losing the meaning of ABC. Always A value should be what? See, you are losing the meaning, right or not? So that time, sir, how to pass it, sir? Simple, sir. C is equal to 30, sir. B is equal to 20, sir. A is equal to 10, sir. How beautiful. Come on, what is ABC? Formal parameters can be taken as what? Argument. Which argument? Key comma value. That's why they named it as what? Keyword arguments. Every keyword is called what? One formal. C is equal to 30 means where it is going. C value. B is equal to 20 means it is going to where? B value. A is equal to 10 means where it is going. What is the mechanism? First one is positional. Second one is what? Beautiful. Now you execute. See, students, how beautiful example. 10, 20, 30. Understand? Go. Next, when I should go for a default keyword argument, I know the function name, I know the parameter names, but I don't know the order of parameters. That time, to pass my value so accurately, what should I do? One and only one solution called what? Yes, come on fast. Display. Come on, B is equal to what? 20. A is equal to what? 10. Next I will say C is equal to what? 30. Any of the order you pass it. Any of the order you pass it. See that? I am getting 10, 20, 30. Understand? One more. See. One more. Which mechanism this is? Positional. Next to 2. Beautiful. Let us look at I will show you so many things for you. 10 comma 10 comma C is equal to 30, B is equal to 20. What a beautiful. 10 is what? Positional. 10 to A, 1 to 1. Next, what is this? C. C is actually what? Third, but I am using second. But C is equal to 30 means PVM will send this C is equal to 30 to C only. Yes or no? Third one B is equal to 20, send it to second one only. Because what is the meaning there? Key. Yes. Execute. See how beautiful mechanisms these are all. Execute students. 10, 20, 30. Are you following me? Easier? Difficult? Good. Come on next. Come on next. Display 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20. C is equal to what? 30. Valid or invalid? Valid. Valid. Pakka valid. Now I am asking next beautiful point. Display of C is equal to 30 comma 20 comma 10 comma 20. Valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? It is invalid. 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 Why, sir? First, always which parameters? Positional parameters. I already told you. First preference will be given for what? This is what first? Keyword. But next, what are you using? Is it called order is reverse or not? Whenever you are passing the parameter, first you pass what? Positional. Or completely you pass the data with what? Keyword. Mixing when you are coming. First what? Later what? Keyword. Now let us see. Let us see the example. Compile, execute this program once. Execute this program once. See this error. Come on, please read. Positional argument follows. If at all you are interested, first pass what? Later you pass what? Keyword. First pass positional, later you pass what? Yes. This is called error. This is called error. What is that error, sir? What is that error? I will just post it. I will just post it. I will just post it. Did you understand? Yes. Are you following me? Yes. Which mechanisms I used inside? Which mechanism I used inside? Positional I used. Keyword I used. Can I use default also? Yes. See. I will take it. I will take it. How beautiful it is. Go. Keyword parameter example 2 dot. What I am saying? CRS is equal to what? Beautiful. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Backslash T. What is this, sir? CRS. CRS. Okay. CRS. Here I say, what is this backslash T? CRS. For all those things, what is the value? For all those things, parameter example 2 dot py. 2 dot py. Parameter x 2 dot py. Execute. What is the answer is coming? 2 dot py. Answer is coming Python or not? Understandable or not? Go back. Go back. Now I am going to say. Now pass it. Pass it then. Display. Say A is equal B. C is equal to 30. A is equal to 10. C is equal to 30. That's it. What is the course? ABC, CAB, sorry, this is called what? C. What is this now? B is equal to, this is B is equal to 20, this is 20. What is this now? CAB, ABC, passing to this ABC only, na? I did not pass what value? I am not touching CRS, common for that. Yes, execute. Last one also you see, 10, 20, 30 Python only. Next, I'm coming. Next, I'm coming to Python to Java I'm passing. Say, display, say, CRS is equal to what? Java. C is equal to what? 30. A is equal to 10. B is equal to what? 20. Valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Yes. See that? Valid. Understand? Good. Clear or not clear? Yes. One more question I want to ask you. Display 10, 20, 30, CRS is equal to 30, 20. CRS is equal to Python. CRS is equal to data science, DSC, 30. Valid or invalid? Come on. Valid or invalid? Invalid, raise hands. Valid, raise hands. Valid. Okay. Invalid. So, invalid. Why invalid? Yes. This 30 is taken as what? But I am using what first before? Here no problem. Up to here no problem. But this is a problem. Why problem? 30 means it is passing to whom? CRS. Already you are passing to CRS. CRS can hold how many values? How can it hold two values at a time? It is called invalid. It is called invalid, students. I told you already, na? I told positional argument follows what? Already I mentioned here. You see, C is equal to 30. After that I am passing positional. Here also going to be invalid. This is called invalid. This is also called invalid. I hope that it is more clear for you. Is it clear? I hope that it is more clear. Tomorrow class when I come back, I will give you the concept of what? Venkatesh. Okay. Okay. Very good. Venkatesh. Okay. It's a high or it's a high or today, Sarah. What is that? Right. Enjoyed. Okay. It's a high for today, sir. And it's bouncing. Huh? I mean, it's bouncing like. Okay. Ankit. It is high for today. Spelling mistake, sir. What is spelling mistake? Right. Very. Thank you, Pranav. Thank you, Pranav. It's pleasant like a music. Venkatesh, thank you. Pranav, thank you. Kalyani, thank you, ma. Very good. Today we will go for what? What we learn today? Positional, default, and we understand the keyword also. Tomorrow also I will revise this example. I will show you the document for it. Okay, students? Right. I will. Right? Okay. Nani today overloaded. Don't overload much. See, this is only our psychological feeling. So you have to use much class. Okay, ma. Yash. Thank you, ma. Yash. Thank you. So daily that class I will make it as very easy for you. That is our major role. We have to make our class to be very easy. You have to understand like anything. That is our primary responsibility. Okay. Right. Nani. Okay, ma. Right. Right, ma. Umesh. Thank you. Definitely you are most welcome. Most welcome you are. Right. Kavya. Thank you, ma. Right. Teach more, sir. Okay. Definitely Pawan Singh. Right, mom. Thank you. Good day. All the best.